Doc, I wore this beanie on purpose because we do have something in common. We're both diehard New York Knicks fans, and just I believe it was yesterday or the day before, OG Anunoby re-signed for 5 years. I couldn't be more happier because I got scared because he went off as a free agent and then all of a sudden the Knicks signed him. So Doc, what is the state of the Knicks? Is there a championship within reach with the New York Knicks?
Absolutely, there's a champion. If they, well, I say this, okay, yeah. If they can somehow re-sign Isaiah Hartenstein, I wouldn't say they're the favorite. I still think you have to put the Celtics and probably the Denver Nuggets ahead of them. Yeah. But I think because the problem is if you don't sign Isaiah Hartenstein, everyone's like, oh, they got these powerful wings, Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby to stop the Celtics. I'm like, yeah, that's great, okay. But the Celtics, I still think on their higher end of the talent and the way their team works is a little better in terms of, But I think the downside is like Porzingis is always hurt, and Al Horford is old. So like those kind of things, those being able to play 5 out with these versatile bigs is like their secret weapon, but they might not have it for that long. But so I still think that the Celtics are a little bit above them talent wise, but you never know how things break. But you can't just build a team for the Celtics. And so one of the New York Knicks' secret power was having these 2 centers that are awesome.
Yes.
Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson. But without Hartenstein, your offense is muddier. And his ability as a two-way guy and the way he kind of runs the offense from like the top of the key and his passing is amazing. So if you lose him, you kind of lose this advantage. And here's the problem. Here's what Boston got lucky that no one talks about. Boston in the playoffs did not have to play against Joel Embiid. Yep. They did not have to play against Giannis. They did not have to play against Jokic. Right?
Yeah. That was the easiest championship run I've ever seen a team do in the NBA, in my lifetime anyway.
I still think it's not just about easy, it's about matchups. And the fact is Boston is not a big team. And they happened to get a run where they didn't have to play. Like you could make a case that Jokic, Embiid, Giannis are the 3 best players in the league. Yeah. And they somehow got to do it without playing them. So what I'm saying is you're going to have to face some big, and by the way, also the Timberwolves have 2 giant centers too, right?
Yeah, they're on the rise, yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to need size. So you can't, so I think if they can sign Hartenstein, then I would put them right there at the top of it. But if they don't sign Hartenstein, I think there's a definitive drop-off. Because, can they run and go a lot of teams? Yes, but when they face a team with like a big boy center, and you need those 12 fouls to face Embiid, to face.
I'm proud of the Knicks run this year. I'm not mad that we lost. Like I felt like we just ran out of gas. We got injured, so I'm not mad about us losing the way we did. I felt like I felt like if we were healthy, there was a chance. So like I'm not too it was demoralizing, but at the same time I'm looking at it like you know what, if these guys Brunson didn't get hurt and
they had no chance. At that point, so there was no point. It would have been nice to go to the East Conference Finals, but
I know. I think we could have squeezed out a series win against Indy, but I'm not upset because I knew if we beat Indy, we weren't getting past Boston with our injuries like that. I knew, so it is what it is. But it was exciting. But here's the thing: it just feels great to be a Knicks fan right now because now we have hope. There's hope now. Yeah. Like every in years past, I'm just like, we're not gonna do it. Now I actually feel like, oh my God, we have a window now. And Doc, I just want one. I just want one in my lifetime. I'm a New York Giants fan. I lived that success. I'm a Syracuse guy, so I've seen the Orange win in my lifetime. I'm a Yankees guy. The Yankees won many times when I was a kid. And of course, the New York I'm also a New York Rangers fan. They won in '94. They disappointed me the most, honestly. They should have won it this year, and they just but whatever. But Doc, I just want one Knicks championship in my lifetime. That way I could say I've seen all my New York teams win. So Doc, if the Knicks win next season, are you and I going to the parade in New York?
I feel like I have to, man.
I have to.
once in a lifetime. That would actually be really incredible. But you know what's funny is like I'm not saying I don't care if they win. Obviously, I want them to win, but I just like it when they're competitive.
Yeah.
That's like,
And I think it's
as long
good for
as
the
they're
NBA too. A big market, the Garden and the market of New York City.
competitive.
Like it's good for the NBA. Let's take
Yeah,
our fandom out of it. It's good for the NBA when the Knicks are good.
yeah, to me, it's this team. It's a certain type of team. It's a gritty team. It's defense. It's
Yeah.
hustle. That's the kind of that composition and that style is very in tune with what I think the fan base connects with, and that's the thing I like more than anything. I like being the underdog. I like being feisty and kind of
Yeah.
overachieving. That's the thing. So I think to me, like this team, it's more similar to like 2004 Detroit Pistons, or
Yeah.
even it kind of reminds me a little bit. There was a Portland Trailblazers team. I think it was 2000 like that, or 2001 that lost to the Lakers. You had Scottie Pippen and Rasheed Wallace and all these like Steve Smith, all this collection of like really kind of super kind of talented guys. So there's things about it that I think are really interesting. It's a very unique team. Kind of historically. So the composition, it's hard to compare it to previous championship teams because they're composed much different. So it's gonna be fascinating. It's gonna see how Randall blends with this if they, which I think they're gonna keep him this year and see how it plays out.
I think we need him. I do.
You need him now.
My problem
You
with
need him
Randall
now.
is that he doesn't show up in the playoffs. He's great through the regulars, and then I don't know what the hell his problem in the playoffs is. So.
Well, here's the difference though. This team is, if everyone's healthy, the team's gonna be so good. He's not going to the
Workload.
responsibility on him
Yeah.
is going to be so much less throughout the whole year that he's going to have to. The reason why you need a Randall or a guy like Randall is you need someone besides Jalen Brunson to go,
Yeah.
give me the ball and the shot clock's running down. He can get you a good shot 1-on-1 or draw a foul, and he can do that better than any of the other guys that are there. Even these new guys that they got that are awesome, they're not the one-on-one type players that he is. And if he fits in the system, it'll be incredible.